Hold on. And Miss Terry, if you can help me to manage, there's still people that are like tuning into the Zoom room. So I see them like joining up and stuff. So let's just make sure that we get them on dialed in. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to hit the slides back a little bit. Hold up a second. Hold a second. Here we go. So you guys should see my first slide. Do we see the first slide there? Yes? You guys see it okay? All right, perfect. Sounds good. So wherever you are in the world, welcome to the Power Up in the Market Update. So excited to get connected with all of you. Good to see you guys. And as always, we're going to get this party started up, sharing with you guys how we started out Let's Grow movement 4.5 years ago with these three wonderful gals. We're almost at 2,300 real estate professionals all over the world. And I am extremely grateful to each and every single one of you to be part of our community and our growing movement. And also want to share, you guys already should know this very special, amazing individual, Miss Terry Rincon. She probably helped you guys with onboarding. If you didn't do onboarding with Miss Terry, by the way, you guys got to make sure that you get connected. But Terry has done a tremendous difference in our organization. So thank you, Terry, for everything you do. Thank you so much for everything you contribute to our agents. So guys, if you guys also maybe partnered up with us and you guys didn't do onboarding, make sure you guys take some time and do onboarding, because you guys really have to maximize everything EXP has, right? Maybe you came on board, you signed up, and you actually didn't even go and get plugged into all of the different lead generation platforms. Terry is an amazing person that will get you connected on that orientation. Also, very important, if you guys are sponsoring agents to the company, right, you're inviting other people to EXP and they want to join, make sure that you get them plugged in with Terry. Do a text introduction, do an email introduction. That way they're really taken care of and they can get the proper integration process, because we at EXP offer so many tools, so many different systems. There's a lot of stuff. So we want to make sure that every single one of you and your people get integrated into the systems. So make sure you guys contact Terry. Terry, if you can also drop in your cell phone into the chat, that'll be fantastic. That way people can text you or email you. Drop your email in there as well. So now we're going to go ahead and go into the vision of our organization, Let's Grow Movement. We are interested in partnering with, and actually not even interested, we're committed to partnering with the most productive, purpose-driven leaders in the industry. And we're dedicated to driving growth and success for our agents by providing exceptional service to our clients. Everything is around service, by the way. So if you want to grow your business, if you want to, grow your financial opportunities, if you want to have your bank account grow, make sure you guys are focusing on service. That's the most important thing, by the way. So next thing, our goal, right? You guys should be reading your goals, not just once, but twice every single day. The goal is to serve 21,000 families, do 10 billion in volume, and to grow an organization globally of over 10,000 agents. I read my goals every day, twice a day, because I know that there's something in my brain called the reticular activating system, and I want to remind myself every single day of where I am going. Like my mentor says, it's easier to forget than it is to remember, right? You guys can hear the same thing and you will forget, especially when you go through maybe difficult things. So make sure that you guys read your goals every single day, because I guarantee you, if you guys have that at the forefront of your mind, you will be that much more inclined to actually accomplish it, and you will see opportunities everywhere. So all of our trainings are around productivity, skill building, content creation, lead generation. We got some really exciting stuff coming up this week, by the way. You guys should have received an email, should have received a text, but we're also going to drop it here into the chat. That way you guys can get into the trainings. There is a direct correlation to people that keep showing up to the trainings to their success. Keep learning, right? Learning and growth is not something you do sometimes. Just like brushing your teeth, you got to pour into yourself daily, right? I hope you guys brush your teeth, by the way. You guys should be doing that every single day. So this week, we got the amazing Casey Council. She's going to be talking about leverage in your real estate business. She is one of the best at creating leverage and systems and operations. And many of you guys already know Casey. She's going to be doing a class this week at 12 o'clock. So make sure that you guys get registered for this class. Do not miss this. This will be game changer for your business. This week also, we're going to have a showcase follow-up. So many of you guys went to the in-person event that we had. We had over 450 people. But if you missed it, we're going to bring back Mr. Simon Polito. He's going to be talking about luxury and auctions. He's going to be covering all of those different subjects on how you guys can get more listings and how you could maximize your productivity by adding this to your skill set, right? Adding this to your tool belt. The more you know, the more you grow. Write that down. The more you know, the more you grow, right? So make sure that you guys go to this event. It's going to help you to elevate your listing game by adding auctions to your platform. Another really cool thing, I just talked to Louis Chavez this year. He's number 3 in all of EXP, by the way, crushing it. So if you guys want to learn about industrial, which is one of the hottest subjects in the industry, even if you're residential and you're like, I don't even do commercial, go to this. Again, the more you know, the more you grow, right? Because you as a residential professional know people that are business owners. Every single one of you should be adding the question, hey, by the way, do you own a business, right? You guys should be asking your customers that question, because that one question can lead you to multiple closings in the commercial space. And even if you're not confident in that space, you could partner with somebody like Louis, right? But he's going to be doing something August 2nd from 11 to 1 in LA. He's going to be doing a mastermind at this industrial building for $5 million that he just signed. And by the way, he just signed another 33 unit industrial complex or residential complex as well. So again, you guys want to learn a commercial, go to this training August 2nd. So what happened in the industry? Last 7 days, check this out. 1.3 billion in LA closing in the last 7 days. We had 1,270 homes active, 1,076 pending. Orange County, we had 393 contracts signed with agents in the last 7 days. 431 signed in San Bernardino, 563 signed in Riverside, 520 signed in San Diego, right? That means people are signing contracts every single day, right? So you gotta have conversations and write contracts daily, guys. It's totally possible. Look at the numbers. If your area is not showing in this market update, by the way, make sure that you do an analysis with your MLS, actives, pendings, close, average days in the market, and close volume. Do a video, do some content, deliver this to your email list, to all of your sphere of influence. They have to know that you are an active real estate professional and that you know your numbers. If you don't know your numbers and your customer says, hey, how's the market? If you don't know the numbers and you're like not having a good day, you're going to be like, oh my God, the market's terrible. You never want to say that. When somebody asks you about the market, you got to know the facts. You got to know your numbers. So make sure you guys have that dialed in, by the way. Last week for expires in the last 7 days, we had 308 homes expire off the market. So again, another listing opportunity here. You guys can go after expireds, for sale by owners, and also circle prospecting. I just did a training earlier today and people were asking me, hey, is there a script that you've used to call neighborhoods? And the answer is absolutely yes. I have a script where you can call neighborhoods that's called the $1 million script that I created. And this is the script that I use to sign anywhere from 8 to 10 listings every single week. So I'm going to drop this script into the chat because maybe some of you know or some of you don't know this, but this is the $1 million script, guys. This is what I would do. I would get, I had a system called Cole Realty Resource, right? So I would, or you can leverage a title rep and get the data in neighborhoods, because this is like door knocking on the phones. If it's raining or if it's 110 outside, you can show up to your desk and call neighborhoods and borrow somebody else's listing, by the way, and use this script. So you'll say something like, Hi, Neil. I hope you're having a great day. I'm here in Newport Beach, and I just helped one of your neighbors sell at a record price. Wanted to see if you knew anyone else that might be interested in selling, right? Neil's probably going to say, no, I don't. The reason I'm asking is because I have several buyers that are desperately looking in this neighborhood, and I can't find them anything available on the market. Do you plan on possibly selling or in the future, right? You want to get into dialogue. And next question, hey, actually something that we do here in our company is that we do a complimentary mini appraisal. So I would like to give you one of those. Neil, what is the best email for you? This script, this is what I would do every single day for 3 hours, every single day. This would help me to sign almost 10 listings every week, because I would know about this, by the way, guys. I would know about these listing opportunities before everyone else did. And if I was you, I would be using this script. So I'm just going to drop it into the chat, because I know pretty much every single, or a couple of you that are actually committed to making some phone calls are going to want to use that. So I just dropped into the chat. So I just wanted to kind of segment here to the side and show you guys what that is. Next thing, we're going to talk about our ownership, our equity, our stock. We're at 3.4 billion in market cap at EXP. Our shares are worth $22.47. So congratulations to all of you shareholders here at EXP. Make sure that you guys are also opted into the agent equity program. That means that every single time that you guys close a deal, you guys can get 10% off of the stock and use 5% of your commission. That one thing alone has completely shifted and changed a lot of people's lives in this company. Last thing I will say about trainings is this: 2-10-40. I'm doing this mastermind daily, 4 o'clock, 15 minutes. You're just showing up and you say that I do the 2, that I do my 2 appointments today, that I do my 2 appointments today. That's it. Accountability is everything. If you don't have accountability, you're probably not going to get it done. Last thing I'll say about trainings, I said that was last thing, but it's not. One more. So Empire Builders, we're going to have, at 11 o'clock, we have, if you want to build teams, great mastermind at 11 o'clock. Tuesday, we also have Builders Best Practice. So this is going to be more agent attraction. Friday, we're going to have mastery coaching with Rick and Casey. And also Friday, we have Selena Galanis that's going to be going over the system. And she coaches 7-figure teams. So now we're gonna tune in to our mortgage update for the week. So I know Mr. Neil is out there driving, so drive safe, my friend. But let's go ahead and dive into the mortgage update. Welcome, Neil.
Yes, thank you so much, Leo. I appreciate it. Just a couple quick things today. And the market is looking more favorable ever since that CPI report came out. The bond market has started to rally, and every day is making small gains. I think the market can already sense it. For a lot of agents out there, they can tell the market's heating up. You can see increased offers. Literally, just even to this weekend, I see the counts going up in the amount of buyers in the market, the amount of average offers per property. So it is heating up, and I think there is a direct correlation, as we all know, with those rates dropping. So watch for that trend to continue. What I want to talk about today was just a little strategy and a really great value proposition, particularly here at Trusted Rate, that we're offering clients. And here's how that works. Let me know as an agent if you ever heard a client say, gosh, you know what? I just don't want anyone to look at my credit. I want to protect it. I've worked hard for it. And I don't want to hurt my score until I find a house. If I find a house and I like it, then I'll talk to a lender and let someone pull my credit, right? We've all heard that. What's the challenge that creates? Well, the challenge is, as an agent, you want to build rapport and you want to spend time with that client, but you want to make sure this client, one, qualifies, so that you're not wasting all your valuable time. And two, you want to make sure they're looking in properties that are actually in their price range or their payment comfortability. And it's really hard to do either one of those if they've never gone through the process with a lender. Even if they provide some income docs, but the lender doesn't know their true debts or doesn't see their credit score, it's not going to be accurate. They can't run DU. They don't know for sure what that rate's going to look like. Here is the solution. Here at Trusted Rate, for most all clients, we can go in and do simply a soft pull. A soft pull means there's no mark on their credit whatsoever. There's absolutely no negative that occurs for them. With that soft pull, we will now allow that client to get fully pre-approved. We can run DU. We can submit to underwriting. We can get full loan approval. We can even get as far as clear to close and be ready for loan docs with simply a soft pull. Why don't more banks do this? It's expensive. Not a lot of banks want to pay the extra money. They'd rather do the cheaper option, which is the hard pull. Heck, I don't mind it either. It saves money. But if it's what your client wants, it's a way to get them engaged and working with you and make sure what you're showing them is accurate and actually going to work for them. Then we're happy to do that. Guys, you couple the fact that we can go in on a soft pull and get more people to go through the application process. We can be more accurate about what they qualify for. We can get them fully pre-approved. Add that to the fact that we're actually going in and doing full underwrites with clients prior to them going into escrow. Again, same answer. Why don't more banks do this? Because it's expensive. They don't want to have to spend money on expensive underwriters going through the process if someone's not in escrow. They'd rather wait to see if you actually get in before spending money. We will go ahead and invest in you and in your clients and get that done up front. So use that to your advantage. If you have clients on the fence, if you have leads that are hemming and hawing about letting a lender get moving forward with them, use us to your advantage. Let us invest in you and your client and get them fully pre-approved for you. That's all I got for today, Leo. Thanks for having me on.
I appreciate you, bro. Drive safe, drive safe. Thank you so much for bringing that energy and that information. That's really good because a lot of people are concerned about their credit. They don't want to do like the hard, inquiry and stuff. So that's a huge value prop. Also, Neil did share about a great product last week that if you guys didn't hear it, but you guys want to make sure you guys go and talk to your self-employed borrowers that are also, deducting a lot of their expenses that unfortunately don't qualify for much. Make sure you contact Neil. He can give you some more information on that. But without further ado, we're going to be moving into our escrow update for the week with Ms. Daisy Murillo with Centerstone Escrow. What's up, Daisy? How you doing?
Hi, good morning. How are you, Leo?
I'm doing fantastic. Blessed and highly favored.
Good to hear. Good morning, guys. Happy Monday. So I wanted to touch bases with you guys today on wire fraud. We happen to see it a lot. Unfortunately, there are some situations where people get a hold of the wrong or even the right wire instructions and they get the money sent to the wrong destination. And a lot of those times, the buyer or the seller, they're not going to get that money back. So we really try to prevent any type of wire fraud. So normally the process is we get into escrow, and one of the first things is we send out wiring instructions, our escrow numbers, and we always tell the buyers to call in before they wire over the EMD so we can confirm that the account number, the routing number, the escrow number, the amount is all correct. So we don't have any hiccups already starting the process of escrow. So normally we don't send the buyers agents, the selling agents, the wiring instructions unless we get approval by the buyers themselves. So it's normally always sent to the buyer's email, to the buyer's phone, any kind of contact that they would like for us to send it to. But just to keep everyone safe at the end of the day, escrow, that's our job, to prevent any type of fraud, any type of people trying to impersonate other people. So we try to protect the buyers and the sellers, and of course everyone else related in the transaction. So if you guys work with any type of escrow, make sure that you guys are keeping track of your wiring instructions, and your buyers always call the escrow before wiring over the money. And if you guys have any other questions, you guys can give me a call. Other than that, have a great week.
Thank you, Daisy. Appreciate the update. Yeah, very important, guys. Yeah, you guys definitely don't want to wire your clients' funds somewhere else, and that stuff is happening. So thank you so much for sharing, Daisy. Contact her for any questions. Thank you for taking care of all of our agents, by the way. And now we're going to go into the conversation. I actually was reading a book guys, many of you also asked me, like, how do you come up with all this stuff? I read every single day, guys. I read every single day. I keep my mind set, focused on growth, focused on production, focused on, making my life better. And I also know this, your business will not grow unless it's gonna actually, let me rephrase this. It's going to grow to the correlation of your personal development. So if you find yourself hitting a ceiling in your business, it may be time to start to do some more work on yourself. That way you can get out of the way. Because what tends to happen, success is available for all of us, right? But if success is not funneling toward you, prosperity is not, then there may be time for you to start doing some more work on yourself. And I read this in the book and I thought it was so profound. Failure is success trying to be born in a bigger way. So when I read that, I was like, wait a minute, this is awesome, because it's kind of like everything I always talk about. You got to think bigger, right? If you are focusing, maybe you're at a phase of your business where you kind of been doing the same thing over and over and over and over, and you are not connected to it as much as you were in the past. That might be the reason why you're not growing. You know, I think that God throws us these curveballs sometimes for us to think bigger, right? So let's just say that you've been stuck maybe working as a buyer's agent, which is not a bad or wrong thing, by the way. You know, working with buyers is excellent, but maybe you've been a buyer's agent for a long time, and you know within your heart, they're like, you know what, I want to become a listing agent. I know I want to become a listing agent. And all of a sudden you start to, you know, have escrow problems. You got deals that are falling apart. You attract some negative clients. So I think that failure represents that. You know, God is trying to throw those curveballs for us to focus on the bigger perspectives of our business, right? That is going to push you to say, okay, maybe this is not the way you want to continue to do it. Maybe this is the way, right? So I really think that when failure is happening in your life, start to look at it like, you know, how can I think bigger? And what should I be focusing on? And what is my heart telling me, by the way, that I should be focusing on? Because it's really simple, right? If you want to figure out the next opportunity of growth for yourself, you probably have that inner dialogue within yourself that's already telling you, hey, you should focus on this, right? But the thing is that we get our own way and we ignore it, and then we don't do it. And then eventually we're getting to the point where we're experiencing stagnation in our life. But again, it's because we know that we've gotten ourselves to an area of development where we should be focusing on bigger things. I'll give you guys a great example of this, right? I did a ton of transactions. I got myself personally to do 150 units a year. And I knew in my heart, actually, let me go back a little bit. I started off as a buyer's agent, right? I started working with a bunch of buyers. And all of a sudden, I remember I was working with 30 to 40 transactions a year, and I was running around town, and I was like, kind of like, man, this is a lot of work of working with this many buyers. But I knew that I should have been more listing focused, right? Every trainer eventually will tell you, you got to be listing focused to create leverage. So eventually, after a couple of deals that fell apart, and I didn't like what I was doing anymore. I started focusing, and I did a sharp turn, and I went into listings. It was uncomfortable. I didn't want to do it, but eventually I started to succeed at a very high level, and I started to attract listings. And I was like, oh my God, I hit a gold mine. But the thing is that you got to listen to that inner guidance that it's telling you, this is your next area of growth and development. I did the same thing where I got to the top of the game as a listing agent. Then I started growing a team because that was the next step for my growth. And then I learned and I developed myself. Then I got my production up, and then I was building my team. And then eventually I found my new thing. I was like, wow, I am really passionate about leadership. I'm really passionate about making a difference for other realtors. So that was God whispering to me, Leo, you got to focus more on leadership. You got to focus more on leadership. It took some time for me to get there. But again, if you're experiencing some failures in your business, there's something bigger wanting to be born. So you got to get your own self out of the way. If I had, right, guys, because I was not an appointed like person in leadership, right? I wasn't born with any special qualities as a leader. I developed myself. I just kept listening in to that inner guidance within myself. And I got myself out of the way by developing myself, by going to courses, by reading books. By the way, if you guys have not done Landmark Education, that was one course that really evolved me as a leader, right? So I did that. If I had not taken that initiative and I hadn't start focusing on that, none of us would be in this room, and I wouldn't be talking to any of you right now. If I had just been as what I was, you know, because I was really great at listings. I was extremely great. I was closing 8 to 10 deals a month with just listings, right? So I was doing that at a really high level. So it wasn't like something wasn't working, but I listened to my heart. And I remember when I did the shift from production to leadership, man, the most difficult part was everybody was telling me like, dude, you're so good at production. Like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you going to do something else? Like, you know how many people would want to do what you're doing? I'm like, yeah, but my heart, man, I kept telling my friends, my heart is telling me I need to move into leadership. And if I had listened to any one of my friends, which they wanted the best for me, by the way, my friends weren't wrong for their advice. They were just looking out for me, but they didn't see or feel what I felt. They didn't see my vision, right? But my vision was to lead thousands and thousands of people all around the world. So had I not listened to that inner voice, right, that inner guidance, if I had not got myself out of the way, we wouldn't be talking right now. So what I want you to do is to listen to that inner guidance, get out of your own way, and again, make this interpretation clear. And then it might be something bigger that's wanting to be born. This is why it's happening to me. Okay, so a book that I summarized for you guys this week is called The Dynamic Laws of Prosperity, which goes in correlation, which is where I got this phrase, by the way, right? So everybody's like, where did you get that phrase? I got it from this book. It's called The Dynamic Laws of Prosperity. I highly, 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 highly recommend this book. I actually received this book recommendation from my mentor, Robin Sharma. I read, and you guys have heard me speak about Robin Sharma in the past. He wrote a book called The Everyday Hero Manifesto. And through that book, he said, read this book, The Dynamic Laws of Prosperity. So I listened like a good student. I picked it up and it's phenomenal. This book has given me so much good stuff, golden nuggets. A lot of my recent videos I've gotten nuggets from this book. So I'm going to share with you guys a couple of the nuggets from this book, okay? These are the top 10 principles of the dynamic laws of prosperity. So the power of visualization. I want you to visualize your goals. I want you to see your goals, right? Even Tiger Woods, right? He would visualize himself. The great Kobe Bryant, he would visualize the perfect shot, right? They would do all of these. All of the greats talk about visualization. And my question is, are you doing visualization every day? Probably not, right? You guys are like, I want you to literally say, I am that serious and committed about my future. I am visualizing myself throughout my day. I am bringing my awareness and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go meet with the clients and I'm visualizing my conversations going in a very positive way and then signing the contract. I'm going to go to this open house and I'm visualizing my open house being productive and successful and hundreds of people walking through, them wanting to work with me, them being so positive. So I want you to play this mental movie of what you want to create, but you got to do it before it actually comes into reality, right? I do this all the time. Even before I get here to this presentation, I'm visualizing it. I'm visualizing my energy. I'm visualizing what I will say. Do I have a script for what I'm about to say? No, but I visualize it and then I create the results in reality. Abundance is infinite, right? This is something I say. If you guys are on calls with me anytime, I really believe that we live in an abundance world. I really believe that we have an abundance model, right? So abundance is limited. It's not subject to you wanting to do something. Abundance is available readily for you right now. So understand that is a universal law, and there's no shortage of prosperity. The only thing that's going to get in the way of your prosperity, by the way, is scarcity and lack. And that's going to be your mind, right? So there's something else that I said in a recent training that I want you guys to hear. Thought is the highest form of frequency. Write that down. Thought is the highest form of frequency. So if your thoughts are not positive and they're negative, then your reality is going to reflect what you have in your thoughts. So therefore, if you want to have a positive life, you want to have a productive business, you got to have positive and productive thoughts. If you're not feeling and experiencing abundance and prosperity in your life, it may be time for you to check your mindset. What are your thoughts constantly? We have 60,000 thoughts every single day. So I know that what I'm asking you to do is probably like damn near impossible, but I know this. One positive thought can offset 10 negative thoughts. 2 positive thoughts can offset 10,000 negative thoughts. So more positive thoughts, guys, are going to offset all of the negative thoughts. So focus on that. You got to read books. You got to be around good people, just like you are right now, right? You guys are getting a dose of possibility and positivity. So the law of increase. Express gratitude for what you already have, right? Be grateful for what you have. Be grateful for the ability to see, the ability to hear, the ability to speak. If you have food in your stomach, be grateful for that. Be grateful for the roof over your head. Be grateful for the running water. Be grateful for your toilet, for your shower. Be grateful for your clothes, for your car, for your phone, right? So if you start to focus on all the things you could be grateful for, guess what God does? He gives you more stuff for you to be grateful for because you're going to be focusing on that. So forgiveness and release. This is actually a huge one, by the way. Let go of grudges and negative emotions. If you're not experiencing prosperity, it may be that you are focusing on negative emotions and there's something or someone you got to forgive, right? You holding on to negative thought patterns are not going to serve you, and you are not going to be able to serve people at the highest level if you are holding on to resentment and grudges. So you got to make sure that you're focusing on that you pay attention to, right? And it's really easy, by the way, for you guys to understand if you guys are holding to anything emotionally, right? All you got to do is sit quietly. You got and do this experiment, by the way. Sit quietly in a room by yourself, no cell phone, no television, no radio, no movies, no nothing. I want you to just sit quietly and start to listen to what your inner dialogue is saying, right? A lot of the times, I know that's why a lot of people don't like to meditate, because they start to hear all of this negative stuff. Guess what? Those negative things are flowing through everybody's mind. But the more that you can disseminate, wait a minute, those are negative thoughts. They're not me. That's the biggest takeaway I want you guys to get. Those negative thoughts are not you. You know, whatever is coming up for you is not you. You got to decide, like, no, wait a minute. I get to direct my thoughts. I get to focus on prosperity, abundance, gratitude, right? You direct your mindset. And again, when you're sitting down in a quiet place all by yourself, no devices, no distractions, you can clearly see where your mind is going. Okay, so a lot of the times for me, especially, right, I'll admit, right, my mind was not positive growing up. And even when I got into this business, and even at times, but I will tell you this, I don't choose to live there anymore, right? Because you can live in the negative thoughts, or you can say, thank you for sharing. I am in control and I am prosperous. I am abundant. I am grateful. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am surrounded with extraordinary people all the time, every day. Obviously, right? You guys all should say yes to that, by the way. I'm surrounded with extraordinary people. I believe that. Thank you, guys. Yeah, thank you, Patty. Appreciate you, right? I'm surrounded with extraordinary people every single day. So love and generosity. Practice love and generosity towards others. Giving from a place of abundance, that gives you more abundance to yourself. The power of affirmations. You guys already know that, and I've said a couple of them right now. The law of faith. Cultivate faith and trust in the process of attracting prosperity. Believe that your desires are on their way to manifest. This was actually something I picked up from this book as well. You know, if you get a paycheck, let's just say it's $10,000, I want you to add a zero to it, right? Don't look at the paycheck or look at your bank balance. And if you have a bank balance that's, not as sexy as you want it to, I don't want you to think of like, oh my God, my bank balance is low. No, I want you to add a zero to it. I was like, you know what? If I have $1,000 in there, I have like 10,000. So I want you to immediately add a zero and then go even higher than that. Add another zero to it, 100,000, right? So every single dollar figure that you have either in your bank balance or your investment, or you get a paycheck, I want you to play with that. Move them in factors of 10, right? If I get a check for 10,000, that check is 100,000. That check is $1 million, right? So I want you to multiply it times 10 right away. I learned that from the dynamic laws of prosperity as well, right? Because I am shifting my brain to not just thinking, I only have this. No, I have this and I have more coming, right? That's a very subtle mind shift. The non-resistance and adaptability, avoid resisting change and new opportunities. Guys, if you guys don't know this already, real estate is one of the most volatile industries. There's going to be a lot of change. So the more comfortable you can become with change, the more successful you will become. That's why I am so like bullish on mindset, bullish on yourself, bullish on like you got to invest in you, because the market is going to continue to change, right? So what are you guys going to create this week? You guys should have already wrote this down, by the way. How many listings are you going to sign? How many open escrows? How many closings? How many agents will you attract, right? If that's part of your business plan, make sure you write it down. You read it, you see it, you visualize it. I want you to focus on that. Who I am is the possibility of being relentless and powerful. Those are the 2 words that I'm picking for myself. You pick 2 words, borrow mine if you want to, or not, right? But pick 2 words for yourself. And that's basically what I got for you guys today. It's 10:41. I want to open it up because I did this in another training I just did. I want to open it up. Either you want to share an aha, you want to share a question, you want to share a win, you want to share anything. This would be an open floor for you guys to do that right now. And I see a lot of superstars in here. Let's go, Mr. Louis. And I talked about your training, by the way, Louis. Hey, really quick, bro, tell us about your training that you got at that industrial building you got coming up.
Hey guys, hey family, how you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Let's go get it. Yes. So I'm gonna be doing a training over. Well, me and Galen are gonna be doing a training over in downtown. This is the sexiest industrial building I've ever seen. It's a great opportunity to learn on how to get this stuff. We just implemented some new programs, guys, for commercial real estate that is gonna feed the pipeline. It's gonna feed, if you don't have to be 100% commercial savvy to get these deals. We just picked up another 33 units. I was in Alolanto yesterday, 33 units. It's going to be a short sale. The value's probably worth about $3.5 million. That's the kind of stuff we're getting, guys. And it's not very difficult to get. I'm going to be talking about that at the industrial property, me and Galen. And I would say that you guys, it'd be a great opportunity to go over there. We're going to be having lunch. It's going to be on a large canopy, beautiful, beautiful industrial property with bedrooms and showers. And man, that's the nicest damn industrial building I've ever seen in my life.
Let's go.
So,
I'm super excited. I appreciate you, man. I'm like looking forward to seeing that building, bro. Miss Patty.
Do we have to sign up for that, Louis?
It's gonna be on Instagram. You guys just show up.
What's the Instagram? I don't think I'm on it yet.
The Louis Chavez.
No, okay, thank
And
you.
and Patty, I'll drop it in. I'll drop this address in here. And I will be sending out an email, by the way, to you guys,
Okay.
the invitation. So you guys will get that shortly. Cool.
I'd like to
Thank
see
you.
everybody make money on here, man. You know, just add this little component to your business. Just like what Leo was talking about, we got to get aggressive. We got to get loud. Add some of this stuff to your component about making money, and not just the regular listings. You know what I mean? Just expand your mind, business and real estate.
Thank you, Louis. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for
Yes,
sharing,
sir.
brother.
God bless.
God bless as well. Cool. All right. Who has a share? Who has a win, a question, an aha, anything else that you want to share, or something that you're moving through that you would like some coaching, right? So let's open it up. Open it up. Anybody in here?
Hey Leo, it's Tammy. I have a new listing. We've nurtured it probably since last November. They had a really bad situation with a long-term tenant of like 20 years. And then the son came in and was squatting in it while he was, quote, taking care of mom. Finally got law enforcement, tenants out. Not sure if we're going to maybe push it to express offers, but it's definitely a near down, tear down, at least to the studs probably.
Okay.
But yeah, so
Wow.
that's coming.
All right. All right. Well, yeah, share it with us. And congratulations. Thank you so much for sharing, by the way. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congrats. Cool. Anybody else? Any wins? Any questions? Any ahas? Let's open it up. Everybody's quiet.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to declare your goals. What's up, Gabe? What's going on?
What's up, bro? Good morning. Louis, what's up, big dog? All right, Leo, no, I just wanted to say an aha. I like what you were saying earlier. It's about mindset. That's the number one thing that I take care of first thing in the morning is my mind before I do anything else, before I take care of my wife, before I take care of my kids, before I take care of the team. I always spend at least an hour or about 45 minutes, an hour every day on myself minimum. That's a combination of things. It can just be breath work, stretching, journaling. It can be visualization. Always at least a minimum of an hour though to take care of myself. And that was an aha moment. You said that and it resonated with me. It's just incredible to see that how many top producers or people that are winning at a high level all share similar values and similar habits. And that always just seems to be like the cornerstone of a lot of people's success is like mindset. So big aha moment for me. Just wanted to say, I agree with you 100% on that.
Love it, my brother. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. If you guys need anything in San Diego, by the way, hit up Gabe and his team. They crush it out there. Million plus in GCI. Follow them on social as well. Let's go. Awesome. Cool. Anybody else? Aha, wins, questions. Maybe you want to declare your goals as well. I mean, maybe you guys are committed like, hey, I'm going to have this many conversations. I'm going to open up this many escrows, right? This would be an opportunity for you to do so. Accountability, be accountable for yourselves. Let's go.
Hey, Leo, I've got a win to share.
All right. What's up, Mr. Ryan? Good to see you, brother.
What's up, brother? Good to see you. So I've been on the Trust or Rate team a couple of months now on the business development side of things, helping out Neil, getting more business in. And just this weekend, took my NMLS test, passed. So now I'm going to be one of the loan officers on the team.
Okay. All right. You got the official,
Yes,
you got
sir.
the official badge. Let's go, man.
Yeah, buddy. Just gotta wait for some processing. But you know, just as I've been working with Neil Anders and getting closer to him and seeing how he operates and runs things, like it's a tight ship. It's a good ship to be on. So I'm blessed and honored.
That's amazing, my brother. Congratulations. And thank you so much for sharing. Let's
Thanks,
grow.
man. Thank you.
All right. Who's up next? Or should I just start picking on people? I'm gonna literally start picking on you guys. Goals for the week, ahas, questions, sharing the wins. Just want to open it up, right? Also, guys, make sure that you guys tune into the 21040 conversation that I have every day at 4:00, right? So if you guys want additional accountability and you guys just want an accountability call, 4 to 4:15 daily.
Hey, Leo, I
What's
have
up?
more of a question and an aha moment about like scheduling and the way you attack your goals and separate that time for yourself. Could you kind of break down a little bit more about how you structure your day-to-day? Like, are you working 7 days a week, 12 hours? Like, how are you, what kind of work are you putting in? And you know, is it even good to be working like that, like so many hours all throughout the day? Any feedback on that?
Great question. So I'm going to answer the question, and it could like be many different ways, right? There's no right or wrong, but it also depends on the chapter that you're on, right? But one of the things I have an obsessive personality, so I will say that, right? Whenever I am passionate about something, it becomes like my life, right? So I am on like all the time. And one of the things though that I have done to mitigate my obsession is that I document also my free time, and I document my lunch, I document my dates, I document everything to incorporate those things into my life because I know me, right? So first and foremost, I would say, okay, based on who you are, and also like make sure you document self-care, make sure you document personal development, make sure you document your lunch, right? Because for a while, especially early on in my career, I would never book my lunches, and I would always end up eating at 3 or 4 o'clock, and I was always like, you know, behind on my eating. So make sure that you just document everything. Document the most important things. If you have doctor's visits that are non-negotiable, if you have you know, like maybe you're helping somebody in your family that's not negotiable. Put those things on the calendar. But every other minute of the day, man, I'm obsessed about growing my business. My vision and my goal is so huge that like I want to spend every living hour of my life moving forward to that goal, right? Which is making a difference for you guys, doing coaching, doing trainings, speaking on events, doing content, right? That's going to add value. That's where I'm at. But I would say non-negotiable for sure, right? If I'm thinking about it, like, what's my daily regimen? Like, look, your calendar is going to move into so many different directions. Focus on 2 appointments every single day. That's the main thing, right? No matter what happens in your day, if you get 2 new appointments to your business, that means that you opened up your business in your storefront. And that's the most important thing. Everything else is just noise. So 2 appointments every day, 10 appointments a week, 40 appointments a month. That's how I keep it. By the way, I'm doing that with production, recruiting, and also content. 2 videos a day, 10 videos a week, 40 videos a month. And I use Google Calendar, by the way. I document everything on my Google Calendar. Also, something very important, make sure that you put it on your calendar on the spot. If you don't put it on the spot, you will forget and you will move past it. And next thing you know, you're not going to be in a position where you're going to drop the ball. So make sure you move it like efficiently on the spot right away. Put it on the calendar, Google Calendar. So that's what I will say to that. I hope that answered your question, but lead generation, non-negotiable every single day, bro. Cool, great question. I really appreciate that question. Anybody else that has an aha, a question, a win, maybe you want to declare your goals in this community, this would be an opportunity for you to do so. Miss Gaylin, good to see you, my friend. Hello, hello, hello.
How do you define your 2 appointments? Like listing appointments or meeting with clients? That's how you define 2 appointments?
Correct. Yeah. So if, again, from a production as a realtor perspective, buyer appointments and listing appointments every day, right? 2 appointments that I'm setting, that I'm setting it to either meet face to face or on a conversation or on Zoom. Right now, right, with leadership, I'm doing 2 appointments that are new, that are agents, right? Because those agents are my new like thing that I'm measuring, right? But it's the same thing. It's 2 appointments, 2 appointments. So buyer or seller, either or is fine. You know, that works.
Thanks.
Thanks, Jackie. Appreciate it. Cool.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Anybody else? Question, aha, wins, declaring goals. Anything else? All right. So make sure if you guys want to learn about team building, don't miss the call with Casey. Don't miss the calls that we're going to do also with the listing, right, with the auction platform. But I'm going to go ahead and conclude. If there's nobody else that wants to share, no problem. I just want to thank every single one of you for being here. I love you guys. God bless each and every single one of you. And may this week be filled with prosperity and abundance to all of you. So let's get Leo. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. I'll see you later.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, Leo.
Thank you.